All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Thone Stadium here at Burkle Field. This is a new experience for me, getting to be a part of a game here at a college stadium. Actually, not the first. I've been to War Memorial Stadium a couple times, but we're getting set for the Pee Wee All-Star game, and it looks like we will be going to the national anthem here real quick, and we're trying to figure out some audio stuff. We're behind glass, but there we go. All right. Well, no flag out there on the pole, so they were just having to kind of imagine that it was there. And but my name is Trey Johnson. I run the operations live stream and everything for Wildcat Nation, Cat TV, part of Hector. And I'm joined up here in the booth today by a legend around these parts, former River Valley Radio announcer for different places, most notably Atkins. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Mr. Shane Martin.
Well, Trey, I'm first of all, anytime I get to work with you, I am going to jump on the opportunity because it is it's a production that is second to none.
I appreciate it, and
I know last year we got to experiment us together a couple of times, and I would call it a success. And so when I saw your ad in the Facebook.
My request, yeah.
And I happened to be home this week off my rotation. I thought, well, let me see if I can do this one more time. And I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be up here today. And this is, like I told you before we got on air, a bucket list.
Yeah.
I check off two things in my career in doing this, doing a Pee Wee game and being in a college facility.
Yeah.
So
that's it. This is my first time up here in the press box for Arkansas Tech, so this is nice. This is an experience.
And you know, as much as we're finding joy in this, you look out here on the field, and you've got the sixth grade All-Stars, and they are represented from Pottsville, Dardanelle, Marlton, Perryville, and then we've got Hector, Lamar, Clarksville, and Dover. You know these kids have got to be excited. You're in a college stadium. It's an all-star game, and they're probably just loving. They're getting to play on an AstroTurf field.
Oh yeah, yeah. Got Mr. John Metcalf, the head man for all the Pee Wee operations around this area. And we got some kids making their way out onto the field now. Shane, do you want to go through the rosters real quick?
Yeah, I'll do that real quick here. For the East All-Star team, which is Pottsville, Dardanelle, Marlton, and Perryville. For the representing Pottsville will be Levi St. Clair. He is number 1. Number 4 will be Brantley Campbell. Number 10 is Carter Wiley. Number 13 is Avery Emmons. Number 28 is Braxton Pearson, who was the Offensive Player of the Year. And then number 30 is Cohen Sharp, and 51 is Caleb Reynolds. Now, representing Dardanelle will be Tyler George is number 1. Isaiah Henson, number 3, he is the Defensive Player of the Year. Number 5 is Barrett Jones. Number 10 is Wayman Woods. And number 12, Braxton Weatherall. And number 14, Jesse King. That's the Dardanelle bunch. From Marlton, we've got number 7, Orlando Conway. Number 8, KJ Sharp. Number 10, Rumi Hernandez. Number 55, Tucker Newsom. Number 58, Zayden Hagan. And number 77, Grayson Dole. That's the Marlton bunch. Now representing the Perryville bunch will be number 1, Corbin Wise. Number 5, Dax Dixon. Number 11, Blaine Henderson. Number 62, Weston Butler. And number 25, Colton Treadway. Number 3, Joseph Zalupo. And number 8, Ezra Knight. That is the East All-Star team, and their head coach is Chris Pearson. And his assistants are Dustin Wiley, A.J. Reynolds, and Chris Pearson, all from the Pottsville staff. Dardanelle's coach, Isaac Jones. Marlton's coach, Matt Newsom. And Perryville, as we've just got Coach Jesse.
Coach Jesse. Nope, nothing more simple than that.
All right, let's read off through the West All-Stars. And we've got number 18, Rylan Weigel. These are all from Hector. These are the Hector representatives. And number 18, like I said, Rylan Weigel. Number 15, Maddox Barton. Number 7, Trevor White. Number 45, Silex Watts. And number 50, Alvy Chisholm. Number 1, Jeremiah Duval. And number 48, Jeb Taylor. That is the Hector representatives on this West All-Star team. From Lamar, we've got number 1, Caden Schluterman. Number 11, Kingston West. Number 35, Gunnar Young. Number 56, Jeremy Daniel. Number 69, Liam Lawrence. And number 71, Weston Graham. That's the Lamar representatives. The representatives from Clarksville will be number 10, Cy Porter. Number 73, Manuel Saavedra. If I butcher the name, I deeply apologize to anybody from the families. We are giving it the best we have on some of these names. Clarksville also has Kyrie Montgomery, number 74. Number 63, Chris Ha. And number 60, Oziel Resins. That's what I'm going to go with right there. And that's the Clarksville. From Dover, we've got Joshua Etheridge. Number 20, that's number 2. Number 29, Wesley Barber. Number 5, Wesley Keeneland. Number 24, Maddox Teague. Number 6, Arian Galat. Number 0, Jaron Morehouse. Number 66, Hunter McCoy. And number 55, Jonathan Lemons. And Trey, you said the head coach for the West is Hector's own Drake Riley.
Yep, Drake Riley, and he's got a couple of members of his staff down there. I see Brad Watts, and I believe Colton Barton, and also down there is the commissioner for the Hector side of things, Tyler Brashear. And, just and Brian Harrison. You got Brian Harrison from Lamar down there. He's part of this staff as well. You mentioned that. And, a week ago today, had the Pee Wee Championship games up there in Hector, and it came down to Hector and Lamar taking it to overtime, and Hector making a good stop and just finally taking care of business. And
now, Trey, I did notice when I was reading these rosters, we've got a lot with the same numbers. We will have to watch the helmets.
Yeah.
Because we've got, like I said, some same numbers out there, but we'll have to pay attention to the helmets, and hopefully we can get that right. So just bear with us on that.
Yeah, this is, like I said, being up here this far away, we both wear glasses.
Yeah.
So this is going to be kind of a challenge to track everything down and keep track of it all, but we're going to do our best with it.
Trey, if you're a sixth grader, like I said, boy, you've just got to be excited as you can be right now because, like I told you before this, back when I played Pee Wee and all through the years and stuff, this was unheard of.
Yeah. But I think what I was told was that this is probably the first time that this game has ever been live. There's never been a live stream of an all-star game. Probably not very much live streaming of Pee Wee games in general.
I know
that I see some people do it sometimes and with their phones, and they get clips and everything.
But these kids are going to have this now.
Yeah.
They can go back and watch this anytime they want.
Yeah.
And it's to be this age and to sit there and watch yourself on TV, they're going to be like, this is awesome. And it only gets from the schools that they're representative, everybody now has their own production, their own live stream. And this is the first of many broadcasts hopefully these kids are on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know just being the Hector guy, there's going to be some sixth graders move up into some key spots for the seventh grade team next year. And I know our coaches are looking forward to it up there at Hector, and I'm sure everybody else and other places are waiting on some of their squads to get in as well. And looks like
we're fixed to have a coin toss.
Yeah, we got some team captains coming out right now.
And I would call who the captains are, but they don't have their helmets on, so I can't.
Over here is it the same numbers on the west side? Or multiples on the west side?
Yes, there are multiples.
Okay, well, you got number 10. He's got a white helmet. Which one would that be?
For the west?
West, yeah. West side, that'd be Clarksville, right? White helmet?
No. That's going to be Dover.
Okay.
No, Dover's
black helmet.
Yeah, Dover's black. Clarksville should be.
Well, there's one out there that I do recognize. It's number 7. He's got a Hector helmet. That's Trevor, or is it Trevor or Mason White?
That's Trevor White.
Trevor White. I get those confused all the time. Hector fans, you know as well as I do that I get that messed up a lot. But if you're watching, you probably recognize your kids in there. Well, they got names on the back of the uniforms. Number 5, Dixon. I just now realized that. I'm off my game. Number 5 for the East, that's Dixon. Number 13, Emmons. Number 12, that's Weatherall. And number 55, Newsom.
Okay.
And I don't have a camera to look at the backsides of the rest of the West jerseys to know exactly who they are. But I know, like I said, number 7 is Trevor White for Hector. And coin toss is.
Let me see if I can see. Number 5 for the. There is only one number 5, and that's going to be Wesley Keeneland.
Okay.
And that's 7. You said was White from Hector.
From Hector.
From Hector and.
Okay, we got some names being read off. Lawrence. Cy Porter.
Okay.
Yep. Close enough.
He's got better eyesight than we do.
I think they've got a binocular set up there, too, so we may have to be hollering and tapping on the glass and getting them to tell us what they're seeing. It looks like the West has won the toss and has elected to receive to start this game off.
Have the hand shaking, which these kids have seen each other all year.
Yep.
And we are ready for some all-star action here at Berkeley Field. Well, now, it's still Berkeley Field here, isn't it, Ted?
Yeah.
Because I looked up there and saw Simmons Bank Field, so I guess they've got their title in on it, too.
Yeah, I'm always going to know it as Berkeley.
That's the way I am.
So, like I said, welcome everybody to Cat TV's coverage of the Arkansas River Valley Youth Football League All-Star Game. And if you know somebody that's trying to find this online, be able to watch it, share this out. Let them know where they can find it. I'm only going to ask that one time. I'm not like some others that will keep hammering on that.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But anyway.
So we got deep. we do have kickoffs here in this all-star game, and we're going to have number 1 for the East, and that is
What's going to be the East that's going to be receiving?
yeah, the East is going to be receiving, and we've got I tried to see if that was a Marlton. It's not a Marlton's got the maroon helmet, so that is
down here for Hector to kick off. I can tell you this.
That's
this
Pottsville.
is
That's Pottsville's helmet.
This is Alvy Chisholm.
That's Levi St. Clair deep for the East.
Just bear with us, folks. We'll get
we'll
it
get
all
it going.
here. We'll get it going here eventually.
And we are underway. It's going to be a short kick, fielded on the 49-yard line, and that's going to be fielded by Tucker Newsom from Marlton. And so here we go, 1st and 10 for the East on their own 49-yard line. And it's going to be Braxton Pearson at quarterback from Pottsville. He was the Offensive Player of the Year, and his tailback is beside him on the left, and it's going to be Pearson dropping straight back. He's going to fire out to the right side, and the pass is broken up by Caden Schluterman from Lamar, and that pass was intended for Orlando Conway from Marlton.
Y'all just give me a second. I will get this camera
So the East is coming out. They're going to try to fire deep on the first play, try to catch everybody napping, but it was a fine play by Schluterman to break it up. And we'll have 2nd and 10 now for the East. Pearson takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff off the left side, and it's going to be a gain of a couple. And that was Avery Emmons on the carry from Pottsville. And that stop was by number 77, Grayson Dold. And we're going to have 3rd and 9 now for the East. And the ball is just shy of midfield. Pearson's got an empty backfield now. Shotgun formation. Here comes a man in motion. And now Pearson takes it, fires it out to the flat, and it is complete. And we're going to get a nice little pickup there by the East, and that was complete to Brantley Campbell. Alvy Chisholm makes the stop for the West. We're going to have 4th and about 3 now for the East on the West 44-yard line with 13 minutes left here in the first half.
I'm assuming they're going to go by quarters. So 15-minute quarters. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They didn't let us know that, did they?
No, they didn't really feed that information off to us. But
here's the quarterback keeper by Pearson as he took the snap, goes off the right side, gets all the way down inside the 35-yard line to the 34. He's going to have a 1st and 10 for the East, and Pearson showing. This is Chris Pearson's son. I've watched and called Chris Pearson's games back in the heyday, and Chris Pearson was a phenomenal athlete, and his son is showing it didn't fall from the tree far.
Yeah. You'll probably recognize more of these names and parents than I will. I know mostly just the Hector people. Don't get out just a whole lot.
So here we got 1st and 10 now for the East on the 34, and this is going to be a handoff, and this one's not going anywhere. It's going to be a loss. And that is Tucker Newsom on the carry for the East, and the West snuffed that out really well right there, and that was Manuel Saavedra on the stop. He's from Clarksville. So good play there by the West. And it'll be a loss of about 4 for the East, and they'll have 2nd and 14 here. We've got a shotgun formation. Pearson has his running back on the left. Pearson dropping straight back. Now he's going to tuck it and run. And, he is going to be brought down on the 42-yard line, and that was Cy Porter with the hit. So the East is going backwards here. After picking up that first down, they now are facing a 3rd and about 17.
3rd down in Dover.
Our PA announcer over here just said, just call it long, and that's what it is. So Emmons is in the backfield with Pearson. He's on his right. Here comes Newsom in motion. And Pearson fires out to the left, and it is complete.
Gives a stiff arm there.
And nice little stiff arm. But, boy, this West defense, after giving up that first down, they have tightened up. And that was number 10, Cy Porter, again on the stop. That pass was completed to Wayman Woods from Darnell. The Woods family, that's a well-known family in Dardanelle, too, and athletes. So we are facing 4th and about 16, 17 here again, and you're on the 40-yard line and going to go for it. It's the All-Star game. What do you got to lose?
Yeah, might as well.
I'm sure you got some trick plays. Pearson's dropping straight back. He fires deep down the right side. And, we got a battle. And, boy, it was an awkward hit there on Orlando Conway.
Yeah. Had Cy Watts from Hector out there on coverage.
But the way that Conway was folded up, I thought he may not get up real quick, but he got up. And so it's going to be a turnover on downs. And so now the West will take over 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line. And shotgun formation. Let me see who their quarterback is. And here's the handoff.
Maddox Barton handing off to Silex Watts.
Watts on the carry.
Oh, actually, no, that's White. Excuse me.
White. And there's our first flag of the game. How dare somebody throw a flag in an all-star game?
For Pee-wees.
I mean, good grief. That's just unheard of. But it is on the West, and it's going to be a automatic 1st and 10. I didn't get to see the signal on it. So it's 1st and 10 at midfield. And here's the quarterback keeper coming off the left side, and it's going to be a nice gain, and he's going to get close to the 41-yard line, and that was Maddox Barton on the carry.
Good run by Barton.
And it's going to be about about 2 yards short of the first down, but they are on the East 42-yard line here in this first quarter. Barton takes the snap and hands it off to the right side. Good job by the East defense there. And that handoff was to White from Hector. And let me get the big man there, number 8, KJ Sharp on the stop for the East. He's from Marlton.
Give you a look at how far they are from finding the first down.
And here's Barton again on the quarterback keeper, and he's going to –
Barton nearly there.
It's going to be they're going to mark him short, Trey.
Yeah.
It's going to be 4th and 1 right now. But Barton tried to stretch, and Barton's a big kid.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of the taller ones on the team for Hector anyway.
So they're going to go for it on the 41. Boy, we've got some – that's an obvious flag right there.
Yeah. It's going to be a false start on the West. No denying that one.
It was like everybody took off and the center did not snap it.
Yeah. And if anybody follows along too much with me in the live streams that I do, you know that my time is sometimes a little bit off. I'm going to let it wind down to 8:15. That's where we've got it stopped right now. And once we get it to that point, they'll start play before we're.
So the West is now facing 4th and about 7, and we've got another flag. We're going to have procedure. So what went from 4th and 1, Trey, is now gone to 4th and 11.
Sometimes it just happens.
Let's be honest. In Pee Wee terms, that's a mile.
Oh yeah, that's quite a ways to have to make up there.
So Barton now is in shotgun formation. He's got a running back. He's calling for his man to come in motion. And it's going to be the handoff. And they tried to do a reverse, but it got stopped. And, boy, the East snuffed that out. And they're going to have good field position as the West will turn it over on downs. That was Schluterman on the carry for Lamar. And that reverse was snuffed out by the East defense. And it's going to be 1st and 10 now for the East on the West 45.
Taking a look at the chat here real quick. Carla McHugh and Oates, Trevor White. She recognized Trevor White. And Brenda Housley, one of our faithful watchers of Cat TV. She's on with us watching. Appreciate everybody that's joined us.
There's an inside handoff by Pearson. He gets it off to Brantley Campbell, and that is a nice gain right there. Nice looking play. And Campbell's going to pick up about 9 right there and make it 2nd and 1. On the West 37-yard line right there. So both teams in this All-Star game, you've got Pearson and you've got Barton, 2 good-sized quarterback for this 6th grade Pee Wee All-Star game. And I'm taking a look now. That West defensive line is big. Barton's looking for some room going off the left side, but, boy, he is met immediately. And that was Ryland Weigel from Hector on that stop.
Just a little bit short, still about a yard and a half, maybe 2 yards.
Weigel's a big-looking kid there.
I'll tell you what, Weigel's a force to be reckoned with over on the Hector side of things.
So I know Coach Cooper's looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, lots of talent in this 5th and 6th grade group that we've had for Pee Wee.
Here's the inside handoff, and Weigel again, he sniffs it out. He slows it up to the rest of the defense to come help. It was a great effort there on the carry by Avery Emmons, and Emmons maybe got about a half a yard, but, boy, Weigel blew that up quick. So it's going to be 4th and 1 on the West 36. Well, we've had a lot of 4th down attempts here in this early going. And we were talking before the game, Trey. You know the coaches probably had maybe just a week, 7 to 10 days to get this all together with their team.
I don't know when they started doing practices and stuff, but, I mean, it would have to be, you got different play styles, different calls that people make, and
that's the hard count, and it pays off as that is something right there. If you've got a quarterback in 6th grade that can do the cadence right there to get a hard count, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the East on the West 31-yard line. No score here in this first quarter of the River Valley Youth All-Star game. So Pearson comes up to the line, and, well, he's in shotgun. He's not been under center yet. And Emmons is beside him. And here comes the reverse, and they're trying to get it to Woods. Woods is trying to find room. Woods, little juke, little jive right there. But, boy, the West does a great job, and they pull him down, and that is Schluterman that makes the stop from Lamar. So both teams have kind of tried reverses, and they've been so slow developing reverses. Yeah. Woods tried to find a opening, but he just couldn't juke and jive and get his way out of it. So now Pearson's going to have an empty backfield, and here comes Newsom in motion. Pearson fires out to Newsom on the left side. Newsom's got a little bit of room, but what a good open field tackle right there. And that was Kingston West from Lamar. And Trey, he did a great job wrapping up. Open field, had no help.
Mm-hmm.
So this is 3rd and 14 now for the East.
We're getting down to about 3.5 minutes left here in this opening quarter. Like I said, don't know if it's a 4-quarter situation or if they're – I mean, I figure it's going to be.
Here comes a man in motion, and Pearson takes it, fires out to the right side. It is complete, but
he's just going to be stood up.
He's just going
right
to stand there and hope nobody knocks his head off.
Yep.
That pass was complete to Orlando Conway, and Rigel from Hector once again was right there. And it's going to be fourth and about 2 miles in the Pee Wee world.
Yeah.
It's really about 4th and 18. Here's the snap to Pearson. We've got a whistle on the play, and we've got a flag.
I believe they said the penalty is against the offense.
And we've got somebody lined up off sides. For the offense to get the offside call, somebody lined up offside. So we're going to back it up and add some more mileage to that first down marker.
Oh, yeah. They said, yeah, it's tough getting a group of guys together that haven't played together.
Pearson gets away from Rigel, and Pearson's going to get down to about the 37-yard line. Rigel could have nailed him for a big loss back there, but Pearson broke away. However, it's going to be turned over on downs to the West. And they will have 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line as we get close to the 2-minute mark here in the first. Barton is at quarterback. He's in shotgun formation. Barton is from Hector. He hands it off, and that is White from Hector. And White gets past the 40 out to about the 43-yard line. Decent run there on first down.
He picked up about 5 or 6 on, well, more than that. About 6.
Yeah.
About 6 on that one.
2nd and 4 now for the West. Barton checking the sideline for the play. He's got White in the backfield with him. Barton has a low snap, and we're going to have a flag. We're going to have false start. It looked like everybody was ready to go, and the snap just didn't get back there.
Yeah. A little bit of jitters, probably. Playing in a big
I mean, you're in a college stadium, AstroTurf field, it's just going to take one big play by one of these teams just to probably get the jitters out.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting down close to the 1-minute mark here in the first. Barton's in shotgun formation, and he's going to fire out to the right side. It is complete to Rigel. Rigel almost gets by his first man, but that was a great open field tackle there. And I'm trying to see his number. He's from Marlton, I know, and that is number 1. No.
Number 1's wearing a
no, that is Levi St. Clair. That was
red helmet.
Yeah, that was Levi St. Clair right there from Pottsville. Here's Barton. Boy, here comes the rush, and he is dropped in the backfield there, and that is number 8, KJ Sharp from Marlton. Barton didn't have anywhere to go as Sharp busted through there, and that's going to make it 4th and 10 for the West, and they are all the way back on their 32-yard line. No, 37-yard line. So, Trey, what started out positive, first two plays, and now it's backtracked again.
Everybody's still just trying to figure each other out, And it looks like they're just going to let this time tick down and finish this first quarter out.
Well, that's going to bring it into the first quarter here in the Arkansas River Valley Youth All-Star game, and we are deadlocked at 0 here at Burkle Field at Arkansas Tech.
One quick thing I'm going to just go ahead and say. Weigel. Not Rigel. Yeah.
Oh, Weigel. Did I say Rigel?
You said Rigel.
My bad.
It's okay. Oh.
I don't know. I'm trying to look through all these names as fast as I can.
And like I said, we're up here this far away, and it's tough to see numbers. And
I deeply apologize to the family.
Oh, you're good. I don't think Mickey or Candy will have any kind of issue with it at all. But I'm just going to let you know about that.
I've got a 10-week rush to knock off here.
Oh yeah. You're good, man.
But like we said before the game, for all you sci-fi geeks, I felt like a Jedi getting his lightsaber back when I put the headset back on.
Yeah, Shane has been out of the saddle for a bit, and
been out of the state for a bit too.
Yeah, that as well.
So here we go, start of the second quarter, and it is the West, and they're going to punt. So we will not have any punting in this game. So they will assess the yardage on an average of what they think the punt would be, just like they do in seventh grade games. Mm-hmm. So the East will now have a 1st and 10 on their own 33-yard line as we start out second quarter of play. So, Trey, what we can say here for the first quarter for both teams, you would see a couple of positive plays, and then it'd balance out. It'd go negative after that.
Yep.
So neither team they're trying to look to string together, well, let's say 3 or 4 positive plays.
Yeah.
Here's the snap to Pearson, and it is a handoff inside to Campbell. Campbell going up the middle, and Weigel brings him down. Got it that time. Weigel brings him down along with, let me call that, 69. Liam Lawrence was also on the play, and he is from Lamar. So they're going to give a pickup about 4 right there by Campbell. Makes it 2nd and 6. Pearson is in shotgun formation. His running back's telling him something in his ear, and it's a fake to the running back and back out to Campbell again. But Campbell got maybe a couple right there, and he was wrapped up.
He got swarmed there by number 15, Maddox Barton, and number 18, Rylan Weigel for the Wildcats.
Little Hector combo.
Yeah. Definitely.
So we're looking at 3rd and 6. They're going to give him no gain on that play, and it is 3rd and 6 on the 37-yard line. Here's Pearson. Now he hands it off up the middle, and the big man from Marlton gets close to the first down. That is K.J. Sharp on the carry. And that is a big running back, Trey.
Yeah.
And they're going to give him the first down.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say he was up on his feet for a good enough amount of time. I would have figured he would have picked it up.
So there's a 1st and 10 for the East, and they are on their own 43-yard line here in the second quarter. No score at this All-Star game. Like you said, Trey, first quarter, probably both teams trying to fill out, get used to each other, and get the jitters out. Now maybe we'll see something here in this second quarter. Pearson dropping straight back, fires down the middle of the field. He has a man, Campbell couldn't pull it in. It was a good pass, and it was right there. And Campbell could not pull it in. And Trevor White from Hector was on the coverage.
Yeah, it was a good pass, and he just kind of threw it into a little bit of coverage, but not bad. It was a very catchable.
So it's going to bring up, this is 2nd and 10 now. Here comes the man in motion, Newsom, and it's going to be a reverse as Newsom comes back around the left side, and Newsom holding on to the football, pulling away, still pushing, and after all that effort right there, they're going to give him a yard.
Yeah, he'll get stopped pretty quickly by a whole host of everything for the West.
But that was an effort there by Newsom. I mean, Newsom's a big kid.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down and about 9.
Here in the 2nd quarter as Conway's in the backfield with Pearson. Pearson drops straight back. Pearson looking to his left. Fires. He's got a man. Woods is wide open. Oh, Woods is beating himself up for that one. I mean, that one went in and out the hands of Woods right there. Nice shot by Pearson. And that will – the coverage right there was by Kingston West from Lamar.
So now the East looking at a 4th and 9 after that incomplete pass.
You know, I have to say, though, Pearson's last 2 passes he's put on the money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're going to have our first time out of the game right there. So the East want to talk about it here on their 4th and 9 attempt with 12:03 left in the 2nd quarter.
So, yeah, like we talked about, both these squads, they have kids on, from these different teams around the area, and just only had, I think the PA announcer said only about maybe 2 weeks worth of maybe practicing together. I would almost say maybe like a week.
Well,
and
we've got the numbers breakdown here, Trey, and we've got 7 on the East. We've got 7 from Pottsville, 6 from Marlton, 7 from Perryville, and 6 from Dardanelle. Both teams having 26 players, and then the other one was Lamar 6, Hector 7, Dover 8, and Clarksville 5. So that's the representatives right there. Both teams fielding 26 players.
So, I mean, there's maybe a chance that they have been able to get everybody together for more than just a few days.
Pearson dropping back on 4th down. He fires again. What a catch. That pass is complete to Carter Wiley. So Wiley pulls in a big reception right there, and it gets the East down to the West, 41-yard line with a 1st and 10. Well, Trey, we've been looking for that first big play.
Yep. They found it.
And that's about a 20-yard completion right there, and it gets the East. It flips the field and gets the East into the West territory.
Another 1st and 10 for the East now.
Pearson takes the snap, hands it off, and this is the big man Sharp going up the middle. Sharp from Marlton gets up the middle, is going to get a couple right there, and Weigel once again is on the stop, and he's been in on about everything. And also is number 56, Jeremy Daniel from Lamar was on that stop. Ryland Weigel. I see what I was doing now. I had the Ryland and the Weigel all.
There you go.
Yeah, I messed up, but I got you now.
Well, I'll tell you something else. I ran across his brother out in the parking lot after a game one night, and they looked so much similar to me that I called his older brother by his name, and he said, "Oh no, I'm the other one."
Look at this. This is Campbell on the inside handoff. Campbell, it gets all the way down to the 2-yard line. That was a 37-yard run on the inside handoff to Bradley Campbell from Pottsville. But so the East here, they're going to call him out on the 9. They're going to say he stepped out on the 9. So
still a massive run.
A 28-yard run. So 1st and goal for the East. The East it looks like now they've shaken off the cobwebs, and they're like, all right, we can do this. Here's the handoff to the big man, and it's Sharp. Sharp trying to stiff arm, but once again, Weigel is right there on the stop, And I'm going to also say Kyrie Montgomery from Clarksville. He was there too because he held up sharp for Weigel to come in and make the hit.
I was about to say number 74 in the white helmet. I didn't know his name because I don't have the roster sitting in front of me, but he got the initial contact, and then here comes Weigel to help make the stop and bring him on down.
So we've got 2nd and goal now on the 11, as that's a loss of 2 by Sharp. And here comes Campbell in motion. Pearson, shotgun formation, fires out, and it is complete. And this is going to be, brought down for a loss. And that pass was complete to Orlando Conway.
So now the East is going backwards again.
And it is going to be 3rd and goal on the 14-yard line now for the East. I wonder who the field goal kicker is.
Man, I tell you what, I've seen so many games this season where the only team I think we've encountered with high school football with Hector that was kicking field goals or kicking extra points for the most part was Conway Christian.
Yeah.
Everybody else has been running 2-point conversions. So
here's the snap. Pearson dropping straight back, fires out to the left. Oh, he overshoots his man as it was intended for Carter Wiley again. He overshot him. And we're going to have 4th and goal on the 14-yard line. So Coach Pearson is going to have to dig into his bag of tricks here for this 4th and goal.
I'll tell you what, this East team that's got these Pottsville kids on it, we know how tough they are. They came up to Hector for Pee Wee games one night, and I think it was a Pottsville the black squad, not the gold one, but. Just gave Hector a run for their money that night, and I felt like, I'd watched Hector play Morrilton go to get an overtime victory over Morrilton Maroon, or no, maybe Gray. It was the Gray little pups. But, it looks like we're going to have a flag here.
No, we're going to get a timeout. They got the timeout in. The side judge called the timeout.
Okay. Yeah, they're waving the flag off. So
the East got the timeout call. So 9:01 left here in the first half, and the most promising drive of this first half got all the way down to the 9-yard line, but now it's backtracked a little bit, so we've got a 4th and goal on the 14. I thought that Campbell got down to 2, which would have been a whole lot better situation.
Oh, yeah.
But the referee called him out to 9, and like we've seen in this game, you get a couple of good plays, and then – you may get a couple of backwards.
Yeah.
But these kids, 6th grade All-Stars, as they move up into school play next year in the 7th grade, and I'm sure these coaches in the area are looking forward to having these kids move up into their 7th grade programs and keep their school's programs going. And,
added extra depth, added talent.
Here's Pearson, 4th down and goal. Pearson dropping straight back. Pearson rolling to his right. And Pearson now has got to try to make it on his own. Sidesteps one man. But he's going to come up short on about the 7-yard line. And that'll be a turnover on downs to the west, where they'll take over 1st and 10.
East and West meeting up on a field that's
north and
positioned
south.
North and south. Kind of
yeah.
It's a little bit disorienting.
Yeah. So now we're going to stay. Our PA guy said that 7th grade moves it out to the 20, but not in this. They're going to make them earn it here in the All-Star game. Barton. Oh, that snap rolled back to Barton, but Barton's going to just pick it up and go straight ahead, put his head down, and he's going to pick up a couple right there. Good effort by Barton on the bad snap.
See, and that's part of the thing about, like, the shotgun formation. You've got your quarterback back so many yards.
Right.
And so if it skids across the ground, which, I've seen that a lot, he has to pick it up and then make that yardage back, and sometimes he just doesn't have the time to get forward.
But that was good instinct there by Barton just to go. Rumi Hernandez made the stop for the East. Here's a little flip out. to Weigel, and great open field tackle there. And that open field tackle was Levi St. Clair from Pottsville making that open field tackle right there.
You know, the West team would like to
they'd like to pin them right here.
Get this ball up the field a little bit more, not give the East any easy trips towards the end zone.
Right. Barton takes the snap, dropping straight back. He's going to fire out to the left side. And, it was broken up. Great defense there. That's Blaine Henderson. Blaine Henderson from Perryville on the breakup right there. And let me go back to on that last open field tackle there. That was not Levi St. Clair. That was Corbin Wise from Perryville on that one. So now I had a little mix-up in the helmets right there, but that was Corbin Wise. So let me give him credit for that great open field tackle 2 plays ago. So now the West, they're going to say they punt, so they'll mark off the average punt yards here, and the East is going to have good field position. They're going to mark it 1st and 10 on the West 39-yard line. We are 7:25 here in the first half, still looking for that first touchdown. Pearson dropping straight back. Pearson fires to the left, and it is caught. What a catch again by Carter Wiley. Trey, that is a 6th grader pulling that in right there, and that was some concentration right there.
I can tell you, man, these Pottsville kids, they are talented, and they're scary good, man.
Wow, what a catch there. Pearson hooking up with Wiley. I mean, they've had the 2 biggest plays of the day. Well, Campbell's run, too. So 1st and 10 now for the East. And this is a handoff, and this is going to be Emmons on the carry. Emmons going off that left side. Boy, he was popped. And he was popped there by Cy Porter from Clarksville. Cy Porter with the hit on Emmons, Avery Emmons on the carry. And they're going to give Emmons 5, make it 2nd and 5, and it's on the 15-yard line. So here we go again, Trey.
Yeah.
The East is knocking on the door again. Braxton Pearson is your quarterback. He has Emmons beside him in the backfield. Pearson dropping straight back. Now Pearson's going to try to go up the middle, and Weigel brings him down. It's going to be hard to get away from a Weigel tackle because, boy, the kid wraps up well. And we're not going to get any gain on that play and make it 3rd and 5.
Yeah, good pursuit by Weigel. That's something we've seen him do quite a bit in the course of the season.
Well, I'm telling you right now, Trey, I know Coach Cooper and the Hector staff's got to be looking forward to him moving up and helping.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes Campbell in motion, and it's going to be a handoff, inside handoff to Campbell, and Campbell's getting out to the outside. Campbell cuts back at the 5, and touchdown East. That is Brantley Campbell, and Trey, he did a phenomenal job finding that lane and cutting back. He knew he couldn't make the corner, and he cut back and dove into the end zone. Wow. And the East is on the board with 5:23 left here in the first half.
And you'll have to excuse me, that replay was a little bit late. That's just – I have to do it at the right time or else I don't get it.
Here's the 2-point conversion, and it's a handoff to Sharp, and Sharp's not going to get in as Weigel is there, and that is also – number 69, Liam Lawrence on the stop from Lamar. But we have our first score here in this all-star game, and it was Campbell on the carry, and it is 6-0 East.
Letting my clock run down. 5:23. We're good.
So we've seen 2 good catches
by
Carter Wiley, and then we've seen 2 good runs by Brantley Campbell, and Campbell got into the end zone on that run, and he thought about, hey, I could get to the outside. Then he saw, no, there's an inside lane, and he came back and dove into the end zone.
Mm-hmm. Now, we got a little bit confusing over here on the to me, my brain works in the logic that the white team in the white uniform is the away squad. On the board out here at Simmons Bank Field, they say that the home team has 6 points. My board, you will see I go from the left to the right, left being the away team and right being the home squad. So getting ready for the kickoff here.
Campbell's got it teed up, and it's a worm burner, and it's going to get by the West, and, oh, that ball is alive, and it's recovered by the East. As Pearson recovers it, Trevor White couldn't pick it up off the bounce, and Braxton Pearson falls on it. And I don't know probably at that age, you still might not understand on a kickoff, that thing is alive.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, East in really good field position again to start this next drive.
So it's 1st and 10 for the East on the West 27-yard line. Pearson dropping straight back. You know he's got to be looking for Wiley, but here comes the pressure. And Pearson's going to run and get out of bounds as Weigel knocks him out of bounds. But the pressure was coming from Gunnar Young as he made Pearson take off and run. So they're going to give Pearson 2 on the carry, and he's going to get it up to the 25, down to the 25. Let me rephrase that, and make it 2nd and 8 with 4:57 left here in the first half. It is the East 6, West 0, and East is trying to add on here at the end of this first half. So now Pearson has trips to the right, and he's got Emmons in the backfield with him. Woods is out to the left. Here comes a man in motion, and it's Newsom. Newsom cuts it up the middle, and there's that tackling machine again. Weigel from Hector as he wraps him up after a gain of maybe 1.
I'll tell you what, Weigel just sits out there and waits.
It's like a radar. I mean, it's like there's a radar. He comes out of nowhere.
And when the time is right, he pounces.
He is a tackling machine. Coach Brian Harrison trotting out there behind the action to get the tee off the field. Have to give him his moment in the spotlight. I've known Brian a long time. He's a good guy. Pearson rolling out. And Pearson's going to tuck and run, going to that right corner, trying to get to the marker. He dives, and they're going to call him about a yard short. You could see Pearson holding the ball out, and he's watched that on TV right there. Hey, let's stretch it out.
Looks like they may have broke the pole out there. Yeah, Brad Watts having to help try to bend that marker.
Oh, they'll get a bill from Arkansas Tech on that one.
Maybe so.
You're supposed to, in the technique, to drop the marker. And
drop the marker and get out of the way.
And they're going to call it 4th and 1 now, and the ball is on the West 18-yard line.
Yep, right on the 18.
Pearson takes the snap. He's going to hand off to Emmons. Emmons going over the right side. Great defense right there. And that wrap-up was by number 73, Manuel Saavedra for the Panthers. So the ball's going to get turned over on downs to the West on the 20-yard line with 4 minutes exactly here in the first half.
They kept the clock rolling.
So now Maddox Barton will come in, shotgun formation. He's got White with him in the backfield. And there's another roll snap, but Barton picks it up. Barton's got a little bit of room, and he's trying to fight off some tacklers. He's going to get a gain of about 4 right there. Good effort there by Barton. And that is going to be number 1, Tyler George, was on the stop along with Barrett Jones. So it's going to be, they're going to give him 6 right there, make it 2nd and 4. Barton. Oh, our wide out here on the right side, and that is Silex Watts. He took off.
Yeah, just a little bit too quick there.
So that's going to back him up and make it 2nd and 9 now. Barton is in shotgun. He's got White with him in the backfield. Here comes a man in motion, and it's going to be the inside handoff, and he's coming around the right side, and that's Schluterman. And Schluterman's going to be brought down at the 21, and that is going to be number 1, Tyler George from Dardanelle on the stop for the East.
Man, I tell you what, this East team with Pottsville, Dardanelle, these heavy hitters,
Good grief. It's no wonder the 5A is so tough.
Yeah, right?
That's so odd to say 5A for Pottsville and Dardanelle, too.
Yeah.
Barton takes the snap. It's 3rd and 9. Barton flips it out, and good open field. It was caught by Weigel, but the open field tackle there, Levi St. Clair makes that stop. That is Levi St. Clair from Pottsville on that stop. And we're going to be under the 2-minute mark now, and it is 4th and 10, and they're going to punt, which was, that's a smart thing to do. You don't want to give the East a shot down here if you don't make it. So the East is going to have it with 1:53 left here in the first half, and they lead this All-Star game 6-0. And they will have the ball just shy of midfield.
Right on the Arkansas Tech logo.
I tell you what, Trey, you look at all this effort to put in this game, and it's really a good job here by the River Valley Youth All-Stars. I mean, they have really done a good job here and letting these kids play here on this college. I know you got to thank Arkansas Tech for letting them use their facility.
Yeah. Well, and especially considering the fact that the AAA has abandoned the All-Star weekend.
Right.
Now, and
Pearson breaks it, and Pearson's going out to the right side. He's got a little bit of room looking for it. Oh, there's the flag, and Pearson's going to be knocked out of bounds there by number 10, Cy Porter, but this one's probably going to come back a little further for the East. Yeah, basically now this is the only All-Star.
Unless somebody comes up with their own and does another version, but the AAA coming down and announcing not long ago that they were going to be abandoning the All-Star games. That's like all the sports,
So we're going to have a block in the back here, and then we're going to back this thing up all the way to the East 41, and we're going to pull out that 1st and mile distance.
Yeah, it looks about like straight up 20 yards.
And, it's 1st and 20. Here comes a man in motion. It's Newsom. Pearson lets him get over, and now Pearson fires out to the left. And there's our man, Carter Wiley. Wiley, little sidestep, little juke. And Wiley lost the ball.
Yeah, it went out of bounds.
It went out of bounds. Boy, caught a break there because I'm telling you what. Oh, no, they're going to say Porter recovered.
Oh, man.
Boy, what a break for the West with 59 seconds left as Porter recovered it right on the sideline.
Wow.
So the West catching a break here with 59 seconds left here in the first half. They'll have 1st and 10 on the East 43-yard line. This is their best chance they've had here in the first half. So Barton is in shotgun formation. Barton takes the snap, looks out to his left. Here comes the pressure. Oh, Barton goes down. As that was number 51 from Pottsville. That was Caleb Reynolds making the sack.
And it looks like he had some help from number 10 for Morrilton.
That is Rumi Hernandez.
Okay, so what did we?
We've got a timeout on the field. It's the West called the timeout.
Okay.
35 seconds left here in the first half. It is the East 6, West 0.
Let me get my time set back where it's supposed to be, 35 seconds. There we go.
We are here at Berkeley Field. Is it Burkle?
Burkle, that's what I've always heard it.
Burkle Field Thone Stadium here in Russellville at Arkansas Tech.
That's how I grew up listening to a little bit of Tom Camerling up here.
Tom, the legend. Tom was a good man. You just don't get any better than Tom Camerling.
I wonder which booth he inhabited when he was over the radio right there beside us. So.
Boy, Barton flipped that and got that handoff to Trevor White as it was a low snap, but Barton was able to get him the handoff, but he was wrapped up immediately, and now we're going to have another timeout on the field, and it's going to be the West calling it. Boy, Barton has had to make some plays because he's had a couple of rough snaps back there.
I think I've spotted one of our former defensive players out there for Hector. He's been kind of helping out with the defensive side of the ball. He's out there in the white hat. You see him at Peter Waite. He's been on the headsets with Drake Riley during our high school broadcasts, and good guy. Like I've said, I've raved about the fact that if you're going to get any defensive pointers off of anybody, he's the guy for it.
He was a good one. And could catch a ball, too, here and there. Been known to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So here's Barton now in shotgun formation. The man comes in motion. That's Sluterman, and it's going to be the handoff. Sluterman's looking to pass, and he fires, and it's broken up there, and that is broken up by Tyler George as the West is going in deep into their bag of tricks right there, and Sluterman was going to do the reverse pass, and it was broken up by Tyler George from Dardanelle. So 16 seconds left here in the first half, and it is 4th and 13 now for the West. Barton takes the snap, dropping straight back, fires out, and I would say we have a miscommunication there.
Yeah.
Because nobody was there.
I think his receiver went a little bit too far upfield, was not in the right spot for that, but that will be a turnover on downs, and the ball will go back to the East for the last 11 seconds here of this first half.
So now it's time to go, Coach Pearson. What kind of
tricks do you have?
What kind of 11-second play do you have? What you're going to do here in this Pee Wee All-Star game?
I tell him pull out all the stops. Give it what you got.
Boy, it has been an entertaining first half. So Pearson takes the snap. He fires down the sideline, and it is going to be intercepted by Sluterman as Pearson tried to get it to Woods. And Caden Sluterman from Lamar makes the interception.
Good job by Sluterman being in the right place at the right time, man.
I've got to wonder if that's Coach Brandon Sluterman's son out there.
Could be.
So 5 seconds left here in the first half, and the West is going to have one more chance to pull off a play.
And before we get the snap, we're going to have whistles. And you're going to have a timeout by the West. They're going to go ahead and use their third one. Actually.
All right, so we're going to have 2 seconds left here, and the East is talking about it's going to be a trick play. You almost got to assume it's going to be some kind of razzle-dazzle.
Okay, so they've moved it down to 2 seconds.
Trey, the clouds are picking up. I hope the rain holds off.
I'll tell you what, it looked like it was starting to clear up and sun had popped out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you said, it has clouded back over again here in Russellville. I don't know how much you can tell of it by that shot, but
So here's going to be the final play of the first half, and Barton is in shotgun formation. He takes the snap, fires out. Oh, it's going to be a little pitch back, and White's got it on that sideline. They're going to pick up the first down, but however, the clock is going to sound, and that's going to be the end of the first half. So honestly, that was the West's best-looking play here in the first half.
yeah.
And we're going to go to halftime here, and it is the East All-Stars 6, the West All-Stars 0, and you're watching the River Valley Youth All-Star game here on CAT TV.
And like I said, had to throw this together pretty quick, so there wasn't a whole lot of I didn't get a chance to talk to anybody about any kind of sponsors, nothing like that. It looks like we're going to have a combined group of cheer squads making their way out. I'm not sure who's going to come out first. Oh, they're going to be introducing the East.
Oh.
They're going to be introducing all these cheerleaders, so. And we don't have a list for that, so we'll just try to get the camera on it. And see, and they're on opposite ends, and I can't show both at the same time.
You have to wait till they come to the middle here.
I don't think they're coming to the middle here. We'll just we'll give it this. We'll take a look over here, let everybody get a good look at their kids on this end.
And Trey, you talk about this. We talked about this in the Pee Wee world here for the players and stuff. This is a big deal for these girls too.
Oh yeah, it's a first chance to be a part of a big game, and so that's your. That is your east side cheerleaders. And then we'll switch over and we'll move over here and take a look at the west side.
And I don't know how long of a halftime break they're going to have here. I'm sure the cheerleaders are going to do a routine and stuff. You would almost think, and it's a pretty good turnout here this afternoon for these All-Stars.
Yeah, here in a minute I'll take a look at the over here on the home side. The visitor side doesn't really have anybody sitting in the bleachers, but move out
Trey,
here.
while we've got the halftime break here and stuff, your season continues on in high school football.
Yeah, Hector last night in a very wet, sloppy game ended up pulling out the win at Magazine, 12-0, and they have drawn the misfortune and honor of being the 4 seed, having to go and take on the number 1 seed Carlisle Bison, and team that we were familiar with last year. They were the ones that put us out, and get a chance to go back and visit with them again. So,
well, Trey, you got for y'all at Hector this year. You lost a very talented senior class last year.
Oh yeah.
And just to regroup and get back into the playoffs, that's a testimony to Coach Cooper and his staff on rebuilding and letting that playoff experience still continue.
Oh yeah,
at Hector.
We've been kind of keeping track of it. This will be the 13th year in a row for Hector in the playoffs.
That's amazing.
And so it's one of those types of deals now where you have these kids that come in out of the junior high squad and up into the senior high squad, and you hear them say things like, "Well, I don't want to be the reason we don't make it for a 12th or 13th or, whatever like that." So they take pride in it, and it's just big. Hector football has been, we had a couple of down years, and we got it all back with Mark Taylor in at the helm, and we've just been off to the races and trying to stay in the race as best as we can over the years.
It is a good year for the Polk County high school teams in the playoffs. Atkins is back in.
Yeah.
Russellville is in. Pottsville's in. And Dardanelle's in. So that is a good – for the River Valley here, it's good. It's good that all these teams are back in again this year.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that, it just makes the whole area look good. I know that for the longest time they would look at our conference that Hector's in, part of that 2A1, and say that's the weakest conference in 2A. Well, last season you had Bigelow win the state title.
Exactly.
This year you've got Bigelow who's still doing really well. You got Mount Ida, who is a buzzsaw. You've got Conway Christian, who is number 2, arguably number 1. If you depending on who you would ask, it's probably one of the toughest teams that we've seen this season. And they showed again the other night or last night that they were probably the top. They are the top dogs. They won the conference title, beating Bigelow, pretty good margin. And it's just.
But this, what we're watching today here. Now, this is not all the kids. This is the all-stars and stuff. There will be more kids, playing in the 7th grade and stuff for these schools. But this is the foundation for these high schools to build and keep their success going. We're getting to see it out here today.
Yeah.
And to these coaches, they've devoted a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot give them enough thanks for giving their time up to do this Pee Wee programs.
Yeah. Well, I know that this is Coach Riley's second year doing this for Pee Wees, and he, like I said, on a Friday night, he's up there. If we're at Hector, he's up there in the booth with me, and he's calling games with Peter Waite, and then on Saturday he turns around and he gets out there and coaches these Pee Wee groups, and it's just a lot of time. Yeah, and that's everybody. That's all these coaches that are out here. They all take time out of their lives to be a part of this. And we had a comment in the chat earlier from Landon Harrison, and he had commented that I think you were talking about the Coach Harrison's son down here earlier.
Yeah.
Said that he confirmed that it is his son that's playing with him.
Okay. So we've got about 10 minutes left here at the half, and both teams are.
I think we're going to have a routine by the
cheerleaders.
Yeah, first I believe it will be the West group. Like I said, you're not getting a whole lot of sound from the outside. We were behind glass, and probably for the best, because I have had some copyright issues with some videos that I have done.
Oh, yeah.
Just music playing and this and that. So
I talking about that story that I was I remember a couple of years ago on a broadcast I did, YouTube said you are blocked over in some foreign country because they heard Michael Jackson's Beat It.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
I didn't realize I was backing this camera out. Excuse me. And that was your West cheerleaders.
if I counted correctly, that's 28 cheerleaders out there.
Goodness gracious. I'll tell you what, when we had the game against Lamar for that championship game, I looked over out of our press box to the side for Lamar, and they had so many cheer people, cheer kids and all that. And I was just like, man, that's just a huge group. But now you got the East group coming out.
Yeah, this is talking about it just takes me back to Pee Wee football in the old days that there was nothing like this.
Mm-mm.
And these kids will go home and realize, hey, I've got a game on TV I can watch.
Yeah.
And listen to those two goofballs up there call it.
I laughed back a few weeks ago. I had 2 or 3 little 7th graders from Hector asking me, like, hey, are you going to keep doing the filming and stuff until we graduate? And I said, how old are you again? They said 7th grade. And I said, oh my Lord, that's 5 years. I have got. You're wanting to keep me on the hook for 5 more years.
Wow, you couldn't make the promise, could you?
I tell you what, if they want to keep me doing it, I'll keep doing it. If they decide that we need to move on and do something different, hey, that's up to them. I have had it really easy and really good doing this for the last 3 years.
You are the ESPN out there at Hector.
Man,
you are.
But
no, I've said it before, and anybody that's ever heard me, hands down, second to none, you are one of the best that I've ever, to pull off high school productions with
all of this mess.
With the equipment that you have and stuff, and you basically self-taught yourself how to do a lot of this. And I know it was a lot of trial and error at the beginning, but you taught me so much, and I know our friend Mickey Duval at Russellville would tell you the same thing. And Mickey, I consider him one of the best play-by-play callers I've heard.
Yeah, you and Mickey are miles ahead of where I am as far as being able to call a game, and it's that's why when I heard from you the other day, and I said, oh yeah, I said I didn't know you were even in. So when you popped up and said, hey, you got anybody to help? I was like, bring it on, man. So
we had a good time last year combining broadcast, and that was fun. And I tell you, as an announcer, to be able to sit down and do a game and not worry about the other end of it is, that is tremendous.
The politics.
Yeah, and that is tremendous. And but once again, I know if Mickey's we watching, he said he was going to check in on us today, and but Mickey taught me so much in techniques and stuff on how to call games and things that he did and stuff, and he always told me, he said, well, now I pick up stuff from you. And I was like, oh, no, you don't. But no, Mickey he's one of the good ones, and he's a great friend to us. And
we used to, me being at Hector, him over here at Russellville, and you when you were at Atkins, we called ourselves the Pope County Triad. And because it was us against the world, basically.
Yeah.
And, I had a lot of fun with that. And looks like we got about 5 minutes until the second half is going to start. I'm going to kick it out to a real short break, and actually the bumper. We don't have any ads that we're going to play. Right. It's just going to be a bumper. And get everything reset and ready to go for the second half. We'll be back with you in just a few minutes right here on Cat TV.
All right, we're back here at the River Valley Youth All-Star Game here at Arkansas Tech University, Burkle Field Dome Stadium, and it is a low-scoring affair for Pee Wee. It is the East 6, the West 0.
Yeah, not a lot of scoring been going on. Lots of defense, and seen some glimmers of offense out of the East side, a little bit more than we have the West. Like I said, that's that East side loaded up with Pottsville, Dardanelle, and some of those schools, Perryville. We got to laughing after our senior high had seen Perryville and using that swinging gate formation that they're notorious for. I started seeing Drake Riley start using the swinging gate a little bit during Hector games, and so this East side team is stacked, and the West side team is also stacked as well. They've got some good players from all these other.
Trey, here in the first half, if some individual efforts that I have seen and noticed, and I'm sure you have too, offensively, Pearson with 2 great passes to Wiley, 2 great catches by Wiley. Campbell with 2 outstanding runs, Brantley Campbell from Pottsville. But on the defensive side of the ball, hands down, you cannot – there's nobody else but Ryland Weigel out there.
Yeah. Man, I said, Weigel is he was a force to be reckoned with during the regular season. Just plays his butt off. That's just, and like I said, knowing his family, his parents, like I do, that's how they've raised him,
it is like there's a radar with that football, and he knows where it is on every. He comes from out of nowhere. Well, the East is going to be kicking off to start this third quarter of play, and that is going to be, looks like Tucker Newsom teeing. No, it's not Tucker Newsom. That is Zayden Hagan teeing it up for Marlton.
Got a kid running off the field really quick. They realized they had too many.
So it looks like we're going to aim over here to the right side. Everybody's set up. Even the return is set up over here. And it is going to be the onside. It bounces around, and it's going to be recovered by the East. And that has been our star receiver here tonight, Carter Wiley. And we've got a player down on the field there from the West, and it looks to be Cy Porter from Clarksville down on the field. I didn't catch what happened to him right there, Trey, but
I didn't either.
But he is shaken up.
Move it away here from him until we looks like they've got him up. Yeah, he's up, and he's just kind of moving a little bit gingerly.
So it's good to see him walking off on his own. And
they ran off 5 seconds on that onside kick. I didn't really feel like anybody had possession of it.
We know the clock keeper.
Yeah, that's a good point. I forget. So, 14:55.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the East on their own 49-yard line as we start this third quarter play, as they went to the onside kick again, and it worked. So Pearson, who's been the quarterback this whole game for the East, now we've switched quarterbacks, and that is a Marlton. That looks like Newsom. And it is Newsom, and Newsom on the carry.
The flag's down.
Newsom gets close to the first down, but, boy, we saw the flags flying everywhere. We're going to have the holding.
I believe they said Cy Watts making the stop for the West. But like you said, flag on the play and going to send the East team backwards.
So they're going to
sending them north. Field orientation we talked about earlier.
Let's don't east, west, north, south out here.
Yeah, we'll get everything messed up.
Yeah. So it's going to be 1st and 20 now, and it's going to be back on the East 39-yard line as we just start the third quarter play here. And Newsom is staying in at quarterback. And he takes the snap. He's coming off the right side, but, boy, there's some penetration. And that is a good stop there by number 35, Gunnar Young from Lamar. Gunnar Young shot the gap and got a hold of Newsom's jersey and slung him around a couple of times till he went down. So that onside kick has, the East have gone backwards.
Big time, yeah. Looking at a second and very long, more than 20 yards.
Yeah.
My brain can't
We're going to
piece that all together quick enough.
In Pee Wee terms, that's the 2 mile distance
Gotcha.
right there.
All right. Works for me.
So now Newsom still staying in at quarterback, and we're going to have timeout here in the early going of this third quarter. It's going to be timeout East. So they come out here in the third quarter. Pearson has not been in at quarterback. It has been Tucker Newsom from Marlton.
Quickly wanting to just discuss a few things, and they're sending them back out there.
Try to straighten up the discombobulation. I love the big words. And that's my big one for the day. So, like we said, 2nd and 2 miles, really 2nd and 20. And here's the snap, and it's a handoff, and he cuts back up the middle, and he's going to get to the 41. And that's Barrett Jones.
I believe that's a Perryville Mustang.
No, that is a Perryville Mustang right there. That's Dax Dixon. Dax Dixon on the carry. Had 2 number 5s, one from Dardanelle, one from Perryville, but that is the Mustang. Dax Dixon on the carry right there. So it is 3rd and 17, 18 area on the 40-yard line. Newsom staying in at quarterback. Man comes in motion. And it's going to be that handoff coming around, jet sweep. He cuts it back, and it's Wiley. And, boy, Wiley was met there by our man, Ryland Weigel. As you think you can get away from him, but, boy, he will find you.
Yeah.
And Wiley's a little guy, and, I'm sure he was trying to hide and duck in there. But, boy, Wiley's made 2 outstanding catches here today in this All-Star game.
Look over here at my chat real quick. Monty K. Party Woody. That's a long name there. Joel and Kay Woody watching great-grandson Jaron Morehouse. Appreciate you being with us. Glad you could find it and watch along with us.
Here's 4th down. Newsom takes the snap. Newsom going around the left side. He's got a blocker out there. Newsom cuts up, and Newsom is going to be stopped after about a 3-yard gain. And he was brought down there by Kingston West from Lamar. So that's going to go over on downs right there, and the West will take over. So this is the best starting field position for the West right here.
So, yeah.
And they're going to try to get something, see if they can get something going here, as Barton will stay in at quarterback for the West. Maddox Barton from Hector. Barton takes the snap, hands it off, and this is White. Trevor White gets about a yard right there, maybe 2. And Woods from Dardanelle makes the stop along with number 10 from Marlton. That is Rumi Hernandez. So 2nd and 9 now for the West. Barton takes the snap. Now he's going to flip it out. Trying to. The ball's on the ground. It is recovered by Braxton. And they're going to call that a fumble right there. As Barton was trying to pass it, and he got his arm hit, and Pearson falls on it from Pottsville.
Yeah. Just having some trouble getting offensive, anything offensively going.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the East. on their own 49-yard line. 11 and a half left here in the third quarter. It is the East 6, West 0 here. Newsom still in at quarterback. Newsom, shotgun formation, takes the snap, and he hands it off to Sharp. Sharp going up the middle. Sharp bounces out to the right. Sharp trying to get to the sideline. He's got a blocker out there in front. Sharp's going down the right sideline, and Sharp's going to be brought down close to the 10-yard line. And that was Kingston West for the West, and he's from Lamar making the stop. And there is another big play there by the East, and it's going to be 1st and 10 now on the 12-yard line for the East. The big man finally got outside, and, boy, he got to rumbling. And, you know, when you're that big and you pick up that speed, I mean, it's going to be hard to be brought down.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to give West credit. Little man just went for the knees there by the knock him out of bounds. Newsom hands it off again to Sharp. Sharp bouncing from the outside.
Got flags.
And Sharp is going to get knocked out of bounds. And we've got a penalty down, and that is the dingiest-looking flag I have ever seen in a game. They're supposed to be bright yellow.
Yeah,
that one's orange.
This one's almost Texas burnt orange out there.
PA announcer just jumped on that thing. He said, that was orange. So that penalty is going to be against the East. No, we're going – which way are we going? We're doing the hokey pokey. We're going back and forth.
They're trying to figure out where – and then they're going to –
Well, Sharp got knocked out of bounds on about the 2. So the penalty's against the West, and it's declined, and it's going to make it Sharp's run gets all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Goodness.
So it is going to be 1st and goal on the 1. And, boy, what a big backfield you have here, Trey. You've got Newsom at quarterback and Sharp at tailback. You would think just straight up the gut. That's a high snap. Boy, you talk about a defensive line that anticipated that. That defensive line just swarmed Sharp.
Yeah, that offensive line just completely broke down and opened up.
The whole defensive line was right there with Sharp, nearly caught the snap.
Yeah.
Well, Sharp's going to lose a couple, and that's going to make it 2nd and goal on about the 3s where they're marked.
Clock got a little bit ahead. Still ticking down to almost exactly 10 minutes. And once we get down to 9:57.
Well, I had to write play call, Trey, but I didn't anticipate the offensive line wasn't going to react to the defensive line. Here's Newsom. Newsom's going quarterback keeper. Newsom is no.
Ball looks like it was on the ground, kind of.
Newsom is denied the goal line there, and let me get that man right there. It is number 1. Schluterman was on the stop, but also number 1, Jeremiah Duval was on that play for Hector. So here we go, 3rd and goal on the 1. They're back to the 1 now. It's time for the Philadelphia Eagles
tush push.
There
you go. Yeah.
Newsom takes a snap. Sharp tries to go outside, and boy,
he's going to be brought down and lose some yards there.
You got to give some credit to this West defense. They are standing up, and that was number 7. Trevor White was first on the play, along with 73 from Clarksville.
And I think number 1 from Dover.
Manuel Saavedra from Clarksville, along with number 1, Schluterman.
Maybe that's Schluterman, black helmet. Yeah, never mind.
So,
the other one, the one from Dover. Gotcha.
Okay. Here's the handoff, and this is Wiley, and Wiley's going to be denied. Schluterman makes the stop there for the West. And, Trey, you went from first and goal on the 1.
Yep.
And could not get it in. Boy. So the West will take over first and 10 on the 6. Wow.
8:15 left here in the third quarter. Pay no attention to the 8:11.
Wow.
I'm a bad clock operator.
So first and 10 now, and it's going to be Maddox Barton at quarterback. You got to give credit there. The defensive line for the West was phenomenal in that series.
Like I said, this has been a very defensive game. The ball skids across the ground on the snap.
Bad snap, and Barton just has to eat it. And that was Rumi Hernandez there from Marlton. So it's going to be second and about 12 now. And, boy, Barton's in the end zone. Barton trying to get out of the end zone, and he plows forward close to about the 4.
I think he had to give Trevor White a good shove and get him out of the way as well. I think I saw White flying.
And that was number 8 from Perryville, Ezra Knight, on the stop. So it is third down now and 12 for the West. And Barton dropping straight back. He's trying to run, and he's going to be brought down in the end zone. And that's going to be a safety for the East. Now, if you had safety in a Pee Wee football game, you didn't have that on your bingo card.
Did not. There's a lot of things I don't have on my bingo card, but safety in the Pee Wee All-Stars, that's another one.
So now the East gets that 2-point conversion that they didn't get.
Yep, earlier in the game.
But we saw some good defense there by both sides. And, of course, it's hard, I know, in 6th grade with shotgun snaps and stuff, and Barton has had some rough times here. He has had to pick it up on the ground and go.
Yeah. I haven't paid much attention to who his center is down there.
And especially if you haven't worked with that center all year.
Yeah.
So now I guess we're going to do this, and it's going to be a free kick at the 20-yard line. Saavedra will be kicking for the West. He is from Clarksville. And we're going to have Corbin Wise deep for the East. And this is Corbin Wise. Corbin Wise coming to the right. Wise coming down the sideline, and Wise is going to be knocked out of bounds. And we're going to have a flag on the play right there. Could we have the horse collar?
Sit here and taking a look and see what I can see out of this flag.
That was Gunnar Young that made the stop.
It looked like he might have got a hold of the back of his jersey and pulled him down like that.
Oh, they're going to call it face mask. So 6:41 left here in the third. It is 8-0 East after a safety, after they sacked Barton in the end zone. And the East, after that penalty, after the free kick and the return, plus the penalty, is going to have 1st and 10 on the West 16-yard line.
PA announcer said, terrible field position. I think of our PA announcer as a Lamar guy.
Yeah. So now Pearson has checked in at quarterback. He's back in.
We got another flag pre-snap. It's going to be, what, offsides?
Yeah.
Offsides against the defense, so East will move up a little bit further.
So it's going to be 1st and 5 now on 1st and 10 from, 1st and 5 on the 11. With 6:30 left here, and here's another flag. Boy, we are just rolling the flags. And we're going to have offsides again.
The laundry is plentiful here at Burkle Field.
I just want to see the orange flag come out. We're going to have a timeout on the field as the West is going to try to calm things down and talk about it, as they've just had some things go wrong for them here, penalties and safety, and so they're going to try to reset them. And 6:27 left here in the third, and it is 8-0 East. So far, the rain is holding off here, which is good. I mean,
yeah. You got to imagine, as slick as a natural grass field could get, the turf one being made out of plastic, that would be even worse. So if we can just get through the rest of this without the rain kicking back in, trust me, I'm sick of the rain. I had to sit in it all night. And
but I've heard a lot of people talk about the effort that you gave last night to bring them a broadcast, and that's – I know Hector's very thankful. Here's a reverse, and this is coming around, and he's got a wide open to the end zone. He's going to be brought down to one, but we've got a flag on the play. And that was Orlando Conway on the reverse, and he got pulled down at the one. But, however, Trey, I think this is going to come back a little bit.
Yeah, I think we're going to have maybe a block in the back situation.
And we're going to have a discussion. And they're waving off the flag, and so it's going to be 1st and goal.
I said block in the back, but it was ahead of the play, so it wasn't like back in behind,
1st and goal now for the East. Oh, second. And they are on the – is that the 2? They're on the 2. Pearson's got an empty backfield. Pearson takes the snap. Pearson cuts in. Pearson walks into the end zone. Touchdown for the East as Braxton Pearson, the Offensive Player of the Year in this league, walks into the end zone on a 2-yard run. And that will make it 14-0 with the 2-point conversion coming up. So the East finally capitalized on what they've been handed. So Pearson takes the snap, hands it off to Sharp. Sharp going, twisting. Sharp still, the pile is pushing, and Sharp gets in as the offensive line helped push Sharp across, and that makes our score 16-0 with 6 minutes left here in the third.
Like I said, East offense is just flexing its muscle here a little bit.
Yeah, they really are. But they've been benefited a lot of good field position.
Yeah.
The safety, consecutive penalties, the good kickoff return on the free kick. I mean, it's been set up for the East here in this third quarter. So 6 minutes left now here in the third, and the East will be teeing it up. The deep man for the West is number 7, Trevor White from Hector, and Sluderman is dropping back. Caden Sluderman is dropping back for the West too. Do we get a kick or an onside kick, Trey? We got a kick.
A regular kick, yeah.
And White's going to pick it up, and no, Sluderman is, as White couldn't hold on to it, but Sluderman's got it, and Sluderman's going to have a little decent return there as he gets across the 35 to about the 37-yard line, where the West will set up 1st and 10. And Sluderman's a little bit, he's holding his arm there, Trey. He's a little bit shooken up.
Looks like he's all right. He's kind of clutching that wrist a little bit, but
Sluderman, I mean, he's made some good open field defensive tackles here in this game today.
Yeah.
the West is looking to string together 2 or 3 good plays in a row. That's what they need.
Yeah.
Barton takes the snap, and
Pre-snap penalty.
well, he's calling this on the defense.
Okay. Offsides.
And that's going to make it 1st and 5. And we're going to have timeout East. 5:42 left here in the third. It is 16-0 East.
Is it a timeout by the East?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of surprising the West team, like knowing that what kind of offensive schemes I've seen out of these kids, and what Coach Riley has put together. I would say that they'd probably have more success than what they are. But like I said, you've got so many different kids from so many different teams. They're trying to figure out each other's. You got to get
that continuity has got to. I mean, you can't get too wild. You got to keep it simple.
Yeah.
But then again, you got to pull out those bag of tricks too, because the other team is.
Yeah.
So here we resume play here, 5:42, and here's the snap. Barton flips it out. It is complete, and he busts through the tackle, and that was complete to Silex Watts, and he busted through Levi St. Clair and picked up the first down.
Good job by Watts picking up that or getting that reception there. Good ball movement.
I mean, St. Clair was right there, but Watts he just kind of put his shoulder down and went through him. So 1st and 10 now for the West, looking to try to get some momentum. Barton takes the snap low, but he picks it up, and boy, he didn't have a chance. As he went to the right, and Avery Emmons was there, along with, that is number 25, Colton Treadway from Perryville. So Colton Treadway from Perryville on the stop with Emmons, and that'll make it 2nd and about 13 for the West. Barton waiting in the shotgun formation, takes the snap, looks to his right, flips it out in the flat, and that is Weigel. And Weigel breaks one tackle. Weigel gets all the way across midfield down to about the 45-yard line. I believe I'd start looking at Weigel a little bit more, Trey.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's
one of –
he's a big kid.
There's a thing about some of these Hector kids. A lot of them are kind of Mr. Do-It-Alls type guys, Plays a lot of good defense, plays a lot, can be a good hand on offense. So you have to see how they keep using him.
Here's the snap. Barton flips it out, and that is complete. And it's going to be a great defensive play there. But they completed it to Weigel, and that defensive play was –
I think they're going to get him for a loss of a couple on that.
And that was number 12. Braxton Weatherall makes the stop from Dardanelle.
When did the clock stop on me? I'm down to 4 minutes, and this one's still at 4:15. Come on, Chris.
It's 4th down now for the West that they have it on the East 48-yard line. And the West, just looking to keep something going would really want this, to keep that East offense off the field.
Yeah. Yeah, and keep their defense off the field a little bit.
Well, we had a different quarterback in, and
false start.
And that is Liam Lawrence, and he was at quarterback on that snap.
Mm-hmm.
But the penalty, he'll come back off the field. And it is 4th and 11 now. Barton is back in at quarterback. Maddox takes the snap, dropping straight back. Maddox firing to the left side. He's got a man wide open, and it is caught. What a catch there by Silex Watts from Hector.
Watts going to get enough for the first down on that. Excellent pass. And
the West needed that play. And Watts was wide open. So 1st and 10 now for the West on the East 35-yard line. 3:20 left here in the third. Barton takes it, hands it off, and here goes White around the right side. White trying to get something, gets to the line of scrimmage, but he's going to be brought down right there at the line of scrimmage. And those two are from Perryville right there. That is number 8, Ezra Knight, and number 25, Colton Treadway. So a little Mustang combo right there brings down White. And that'll make it 2nd and 10 now for the West. Barton looking to the sideline, gets his play, takes the snap, hands it off, and it's going straight up the middle. And he bounces out to the right, almost breaks away, but he gets brought down by the shoestrings. And that was number 10, Cy Porter, on the carry. And that looks like Sharp brought him down. KJ Sharp brought him down. But it looked like Porter was just a step away from getting a first down. So it will be 3rd, and we're going to call it about 6, 3rd and 6. Barton puts Porter, shifts him over to his left side.
Barton's got 5 minutes on the play, or 5 seconds on the play clock. He's going to have to.
Oh, he's got Weigel out in the flat.
Weigel,
wow.
Man, making a shove.
Oh, my word. Weigel just put his shoulder down and picked up the first down, as I think Carter Wiley was the recipient of that shoulder. But what a effort there by Weigel, and he keeps this drive alive. 1st and 10 for the West on the East 23-yard line. Barton. And, boy, that snap rolled to the ground, and Barton could only fall on it. And it's things like that, Trey, that kill momentum.
Yeah.
And you hate to see that. I hope they can
just
not have that happen.
Like I said, I'm trying
That's
to
an unforced error. And here's the handoff to Porter. And he's coming around the left side. He's going to have the first down. It should be close.
We got a flag on the play.
Okay, we're going to have a flag on the play. He was knocked down.
Popped out right here by the 20.
Rumi Hernandez makes the stop. And a flag. Oh, that's a good effort by Porter right there from Clarksville on that run. We're down to 1 minute left here in the third. Have they made a signal yet on the? It's going to be against the West because they're backing up.
Yeah.
So it'll be 2nd down and about 18 on the 30-yard line. Maybe 17, 2nd down, 17. So Barton now has Cy Porter in the backfield with him. Barton takes the snap, and here comes the rush. Barton's going to take off, and Barton with the stiff arm, and he's going to pick up about 3 right there as he was brought down by number 1 for Dardanelle. That was Tyler George. So Barton makes it 3rd and about 14 now for the West. That little flat pass is what's been working for him on this right here. I'd look for Weigel, Trey. And there it is. He flips it out to him. Weigel's got it. Weigel makes a couple of men miss, and he gets inside the 20. That's the money play right now for the West, is throwing that little flat pass to Weigel.
I think they're going to get him down about the 21.
Okay. So it's going to be 4th and 8. And it's 14 seconds left here in the third.
My clock went ahead and ran on down.
Barton takes a snap, rolls out, fires to the right sideline, and it is
intercept. No,
incomplete
pass.
Wiley thought that he had it, but the West drive, which was their best drive of the night out here, it comes to an end on a turnover on downs. And now, Trey, yeah, they're going to say Carter Wiley did intercept it. It's going to go back. Carter Wiley intercepted that ball. 7 seconds left here. You know, if you look at that, Trey, if you're the West, you're like, okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Take that interception. It backs them up further.
Right there. But, you know, defensively, the West is going to have to just pull like what they did earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Send to everybody and see if they can find some holes there to work with and see if they can get on the board here.
And that's going to bring an end. Yep. That's going to bring an end to the third quarter here at the Arkansas River Valley Youth All-Star Game. It is the East 16, the West 0, and you're watching this game here on Cat TV.
So get ready for one more quarter to go. And I'm not sure if I've got this right or not. It looks like I've only got like one timeout left for the East and 2 timeouts left for the West.
Well, I know the West did call one there after those back-to-back penalties, trying to calm them down.
So everything reset. They're going to change ends of the field.
And we're going to come all the way down to this 5-yard line.
Go through here and take a look, see if I got anything new going on in the chat. Nothing over on the Facebook side of things. And nothing over on the YouTube side. Do have about 45 over on YouTube watching. Appreciate y'all being here with us, wherever you're from. And looks like we're about ready to get this fourth quarter underway.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the East, and they are on their own 5-yard line. And here's the snap. And we got a new quarterback in. It was a direct snap, and that is number 5 for Perryville, and that is Dax Dixon on the carry. So Dixon took the snap, and he gets them out of the hole up to the 19-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. I'm trying to see if Pearson is checked. So Dixon's staying in at quarterback, and he's got the big man Sharp back there with him. Dixon's going to keep it, cuts it back in the middle. Ooh, what a tackle. What a tackle by Saavedra.
Take another look at that one because that was high impact.
Manuel Saavedra from Clarksville, making an impact on that tackle. So that's a yard gain there for Dixon. I'm sure who's feeling it after that 1 yard. Dixon staying in. Here comes the man in motion, and it's going to be the jet sweep handoff, and boy, the West defense, and now what are they signaling? Are they signaling the ball went to the ground?
Well, actually, they're saying that the ball popped out, and looks like Rylan Weigel has got it in his hands. To wait and see what the officials have to say about it.
Well, they didn't give it to him. Nope.
Yeah, they're going to say he was down.
It stayed with the East.
Forward progress, probably. They probably blew the whistle on forward progress. So, good effort, good try. Just didn't pan out.
So now Dixon's going to have a empty backfield, and he's got twins to the right, and now he's got trips to the right as Wiley went over there. And they flip it out to Wiley. Wiley has got room to the outside. He tries to – what a great open field tackle as number 11, Kingston West, fought off his blocker out there and wrapped Wiley up. Wiley had room, but West did a great job. I know Coach Jones up at Lamar is going to be looking forward to getting a new crop in.
Yeah. So it looks like we're going to have the fourth down faux punt.
The phantom punt.
Yeah. I'm trying to let my clock tick itself down. We're at 12:31. One of these days I'll have a better system in place. But
so it is going to give, after the kick, the West is going to have 1st and 10 on the East 49-yard line with 12:31 left here in the contest. West put together their best drive on their last possession and just ran out of downs and got the pass intercepted at the 5-yard line. So now Barton looking over to the sideline, and he has Trevor White in the backfield with him. Weigel is also in the slot. Barton, here's the handoff to White. White going to be met after a couple of yards. And that was Wiley along with Barrett Jones from Dardanelle. Wiley from Pottsville, Jones from Dardanelle, and they're going to give White a gain of 2, and it'll make it 2nd and 8 with under 12 minutes left in the game. West looking for – that one went through Barton's hands, and that's going to be recovered by the East after that bad snap, and that is the Defensive Player of the Year, Isaiah Henson, on the recovery.
Yep, I had it on the right possession anyway. I forgot to change it over to the West. But East coming back up with the ball again.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the East on the West 44-yard line with 11:40 left. Clock running here in the fourth quarter. 16-0, East leads. The East scored on a Brantley Campbell run and a Braxton Pearson run, and also added a safety. And Pearson's back in at quarterback. He flips it out to Conway. Conway coming back across the field. Conway's trying to break through, and Conway's going to pick up about 5 right there.
Boy, he broke away from so many tackles, and then all of a sudden you had all like the Hector helmets just converge on him all at once.
When you're in this grade and you try to cut it back across the field, it looks like it's so slow in developing.
Yeah. Like I said, it was just like all the Hector kids just said, all right, let's go.
But they're going to give him about 6 on it. Make it 2nd and 4 or 5 in that area on the 39-yard line. Pearson takes the snap. Pearson looking to the left, firing down the left sideline, and he's going to overshoot Wiley. Pearson showing off that arm right there. Overshoots Wiley. Wiley's made 2 great catches here today.
I looked at the clock just a second ago and it said 10:27, and then I looked at it again, 10:23. So we're losing some seconds here as we go.
Like we said, we know the clock here.
Yeah.
Pearson, he's got trips to the right, and now here comes a man in motion. Newsom comes over to the left. Now they fire it out to Woods. Woods trying to make a move, and Woods is going to get a couple right there. Gets inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. And Schluterman makes the stop along with Young, Gunnar Young from Lamar. And that was a Warrior combo on the stop, and that'll make it 4th and 4 now. Under 10 minutes left in the game. 16-0 East here in this River Valley Pee Wee All-Star game. Pearson has Woods split out to the left, and he's got trips to the right. Pearson's going to take off to the right. Pearson trying to get to the corner, cuts it up, and he's going to have the first down, but we've got that yellow hanky flying over there.
Oh, there was more flags on the play? I didn't even notice. I don't know how I didn't.
And we're going to have holding on the East.
So that negates that big run.
And it's going to be 4th down, and we're going to back it up to about make it 4th and 13. It's going to back up to the 47-yard line as we near the 9-minute mark here in this contest. Pearson getting his offense set. Here comes the man in motion, Campbell, and, boy, that was just – it's going to be procedure penalty against the East. I was going to say my word again right there, Trey. Discombobulated.
Discombobulated. Oh.
It's like my word of the day.
I remember back a few years ago, I'd use the phrase "in theory" to somebody, and they started using it all the time. I'm just like, no, you're using it wrong. So
we've gone down back to about 4th and 17, 4th and 18, somewhere in there. They backed up to the East 48-yard line. And Avery Emmons is in the backfield with Pearson. Here comes Campbell in motion. Pearson, and it's the inside handoff, and Campbell is going to be brought down as he gets back close to the original line of scrimmage. And it's going to be turned over on downs as the West will take over. So 1st and 10 for the West with 8:25 left in the game. Oh, I haven't found my WWE reference tonight.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to throw that one out there before it's over with. You got 8 minutes and 24 seconds.
I could have given Saavedra the RKO on that
there
tackle a while ago. Barton takes the snap. Oh, it rolled to him, but he flips it out. Oh, they did their little pitch back, and this is White.
White trying to make him.
White's got the sideline, but he gets drugged down there as let me see who that's a Paravel, and I believe that's Dax Dixon. Yeah, it's Dax Dixon drug him down, saved a touchdown right there. As that they've run that pitch back twice now and got good yards off of it. 1st and 10 for the West. Now on the East, 37-yard line. Under 8 minutes left in the game. Here's the snap. And here goes Porter, and he's going to be tripped up by Pearson. Good job by Pearson right there as he tripped up Porter after, I don't know if they're going to give him – they're going to give him one.
Looks like we've got a Devil Dog, or Little Pup, number 10 for Moulton.
That is –
a little bit slow to get up.
But that's Rumi Hernandez. So actually, they didn't give him anything, and they're going to keep it at 2nd and 10 now, so no gain on that carry. So 7:38 left in the game, and West trying to get on the scoreboard here in this All-Star game. Trey, I believe I'd be looking for Weigel in the flat.
Yeah.
That's worked well today. There he is. I called it, and he's got it on the left side, and he gets down across the 30, down to about the 28. That has been one of the best plays for the West right there.
And that's that Barton and Weigel connection that they are so used to seeing with each other, in those games that during the regular season. It's,
Right.
And with White, I've seen White make way better runs than what we have seen today. I don't know if it's just the differences in,
Right.
But they say illegal substitution?
No, it should be. It's a 5-yard penalty. Anyway, it's automatic 1st down for the West. on the inside the 25 on about the 24-yard line. Barton takes the snap. Boy, here comes the blitz, and Barton is wrapped up. Right, he didn't even get a step, and that is number 51 from Pottsville. That is Caleb Reynolds. Reynolds was just like standing there waiting with Barton.
Man, he just did not have any time to react at all on that.
I mean, Reynolds was almost like, I'm going to let you catch a snap, then I'm going to drop you.
Yep. I was like Goldberg waiting on the spear.
Oh, there you go.
Talk about your references.
Oh, there you go. Barton, second down, takes a snap, flips it out. Oh, he flipped it deep as nobody went deep, as Weigel looks like he got held up there in the middle, couldn't get all the way out there, but it'll make it third and 14, I'm sorry.
I think what can be said about these two squads is that the west side probably has the a little bit of an edge on defense.
Right.
East side has the edge on offense, and Weigel gets hit.
That's an incomplete pass right there. Is Weigel never had possession of it, and that's going to make it fourth down now for the West. I will agree with you on that.
You could put these two squads together, and you could probably send them out there against a high school team and do some damage.
Or a junior high.
Just local, be honest about it, Yeah, put them out there with a junior high squad.
Oh, looky here. We're trying to have a Schluterman reverse pass, but broken up and brought down there. Braxton Pearson makes a stop, and it's going to go over to the east side now. I did hear there will be a trophy presentation after the game,
all right.
Trey.
Well, we will stay here for that, let everybody have a chance to see it. Had to add some time back to my clock, and we'll switch everything back over to east.
5:40 left here in the game, clock running. East will take over, first and 10. On their own 30-yard line. Pearson is in at quarterback. Pearson dropping straight back, and he's looking. The pressure didn't give him time, and the defensive line for the West got in there.
So there you go, like I said.
And that was, let me get that over there. It's 56. Jeremy Daniel for Lamar was in on the play there. But Pearson was looking. Wiley was taking off in a dead go route right here, and they were going to see if they could hit him. And it's going to be second and 10 now. For the East, and the East rolling, and Pearson coming out to the left side. And Schluterman went up high to try, and he held him up enough to get help. And
referee's finally going to blow the whistle.
But Schluterman, you have to give him credit. He was first on the play there.
Yeah, still kind of holding on to his wrist a little bit every now and then.
Also, Silex Watts was on there for Hector. But Schluterman looked like he was just going to jump up and give him a hug right there, and they held him up.
Come here, man.
So that's going to make it third and about 15 now for the East with 4 minutes. We're getting close to the 4-minute mark here in the contest. 16-0 the East. Here comes the man in motion, Campbell. And Pearson flips it out to Campbell. Campbell, better jump on it because it looked a little backwards up here. And they did. That's what they're going to do. They're going to mark it as a loss because it was a backwards pass.
Yeah. West just could not get anybody to get a grip on it down there on the ground and get the possession back.
And I see the trophy making it over to the sideline there, Trey. We will have a trophy presentation after the game. Yeah. And that's going to make it 4th and put the Pee Wee distance of a mile on it.
It's going to bring us 4th and long now for the East All-Stars.
And we're going to have timeout East with 3 minutes, about 3:08 left here in the contest. And it is 16-0 East leading.
I believe that will be the East's final timeout of the game, if I've got everything correct. And like I said, 4th down, probably going to see them do the faux punt here. And I mean, no reason to tempt fate if you're not wanting the other team to score at all.
And I would assume that too. They want to try to pitch that shutout here.
Yeah.
But we're lining up to go for it, Trey.
Sometimes they will line up like that, and then all of a sudden, at the very last second, they will say, okay, well, we're going to.
No, we're going for it.
Okay.
And Pearson lets that thing fly and overshoots his man. That was Tyler George on the go route. And it's going to be a turnover on downs for the West, and they'll take over 1st and 10 on the East 20-yard line.
So in terms of field position, that's probably, unless the East thought that they had a good matchup there and they could get that pass completed and move it away.
Well, I'm telling you what, if you're a receiver for the East, you better take off running. Pearson's got an arm. And Pearson will let that thing fly. Here's Barton, shotgun formation. Porter's in the backfield with him. And Barton flips it out, and it is complete. And it's going to be a nice open field tackle, but that pass was complete to Liam Lawrence from Lamar.
I'm going to say he got out of bounds on that 'cause clock stopped at 2:57.
And that was Levi St. Clair that made the stop for the East. And it's going to be 2nd and 2. Second and 2 now with Porter in the backfield on Barton's left. And Porter's trying to go, I don't know, right, left, right, jumping back and forth. I'm going to stay on the left.
Make a decision.
Yep. And Barton goes to his knees to get the snap, and he gets it to Porter. Porter's trying to get to the outside. Porter gets down close to the 5-yard line. Great effort there on both parties as Barton picked up the loose snap, got it to Porter, and Porter was able to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, I apologize for a little bit of a delay on that, getting the camera turned. I had to figure out where the kid was at.
So it's 1st and goal now for the West. They are on the East 6.
I believe this is as close as they've been to the end zone today, Shane.
I believe. We're getting close to the 2-minute mark. Here comes the jet sweep, and it's a handoff there to Watts. Watts is going to be stopped in the backfield. And that is number 51, Caleb Reynolds, on the play.
One of the things about Watts, and this is not a criticism, but this is just something I have noticed throughout the course of doing a few Pee Wee games, is that Watts will go side to side. He has a tough time making the turn and making the cut up, and that's just that'll come with time. But yeah, I have noticed that about him several different times in different games that we've done.
Here's that. Oh my word! Barton just went down and took the snap, as it was a low snap, and he just took it. So it'll be 3rd down now. And they backed up now all the way to about the 17-yard line, Trey.
So all the way down to the 6, and then you've backed yourself up.
Yeah. And this is Lawrence now. Lawrence trying to push the pile, and he gets close to the 15. And Lawrence is going to – it's going to be fourth down now as they went to Lawrence at quarterback. St. Clair on the stop along with Rumi Hernandez from Marlton. So it's going to bring fourth down now with – we're under 1 minute left in the game.
Yeah, and my clock is about 10 seconds off from what the actual in-stadium clock is. So try to see if we can make that up somewhere.
Lawrence is staying in at quarterback. Porter's beside him on his right. Lawrence couldn't. He dropped it, and it is picked up there, and that was Isaiah Henson with his second fumble recovery off a bad snap. And he tried to take that one to the house, but he got brought down.
Got any of that? Yeah, you can see him pick it up there, and just if it had not been for number 69 down there, he'd have been gone.
Well, so your defensive player of the year on the rosters I have, the defensive player of the year in this conference, has made 2 fumble recoveries off bad snaps.
And there you go. That's why he's defensive player of the year.
So this clock is running, and the East is coming up to the line of scrimmage. Pearson's at quarterback. They may not even run a play, Trey.
Yeah, don't really have to. Well, we got whistles.
Timeout, West. So the East is going to win this All-Star game, Trey, 16-0. And they're going to run one more play here after this timeout. And Trey, I hope these kids, I hope they know and stuff. They get to go home, and, it's going to be something to go home. I'm going to watch myself on TV.
Yeah, this is, like I said, just running this 2-camera setup. We don't have, they're not great cameras, but it's a chance to go back and be able to see it, and my efforts at running cameras and doing some production at times get a little bit shoddy, but
no. And here's the final play of this All-Star game, and the clock will run out, and the East will win this one 16-0 here in this Arkansas River Valley Youth All-Star game at Burkle Field, Thone Stadium, and Arkansas Tech. And they'll do the handshakes, and we will have the award presentation. And that is the commissioner.
John Metcalf.
John Metcalf will be presenting the award. And these kids will move on to the hardwood now and be playing Pee Wee basketball.
Yep, a lot of them. But this was a fun one. This was fun to get to do, and out of this setting, and just you know.
Yeah, it's well worth it to sit in a college press box.
Oh yeah, man, that's
Like I said, bucket list marked off 2 in one game. Did a Pee Wee game and did it at a college field.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad he was able to make that happen for you. Good being able to get you under a headset again.
It felt good, Trey, and I'm so appreciative of you letting me come out here with you today because this was fun, and it's fun to see what's coming up in the River Valley. There are some good athletes coming up, and these programs are you're seeing the foundation for the programs for the next 5 years,
and,
right here.
I'm talking about just like everywhere. We've seen, like Russellville wasn't part of this year. Russellville has had some success. They're down a little bit right now on the senior high front. You got, Dover. I've kind of felt like Dover was trying to make a move to surge back into some prominence, but hasn't quite come along yet. But they got some pieces that they can start building off of here in this, with these groups. And, Hector is just kind of staying pretty well consistent. Atkins not part of this group, but, Atkins is back on the uptake.
John Metcalf is presenting the runner-up. Oh, no, this is the winning trophy, giving it to Coach Chris Pearson. Coach Chris Pearson from the Huntime family. His daddy Rick, good friend of mine. And Chris, good athlete. His son sure is, showed it out here. But like you said, all these programs, I mean, you can see a lot of foundation out here for these high schools, junior highs and high schools coming up. And Pottsville's going to be in good shape. Hector's going to be in good shape.
Lamar's going to be in good shape again, you know.
It's a
Morrilton, all of them. Perryville has been on a run. I mean, they went on a run this season as far as their senior high. And like I said, these kids are going to start adding to that. And looks like we're going to have the other group come in with them.
But it was now they're going to get a big group picture here. And
zoom out. We'll zoom in here on the West kids so they can go back and be able to see themselves.
But there was a lot of effort in getting this game together here. Arkansas Tech, can't thank them enough for letting them use the field, the facility. All the Pee Wee coaches in this league, all their time, their effort, the cheerleaders, the cheerleading coaches. I mean, there's been a lot of effort put in this fall, and to have it come to an end here in a tremendous all-star game, and it was nice.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Good time, and you know, said I haven't made too many visits up here to Arkansas Tech to know how everything was. I've never been in the press box. It was quite an experience, and like I said, I'm glad you was able to have the time to get up here and do it with me. And
I leave out tomorrow, going back to St. Louis, and I'll be gone till at the end of November and stuff. But I'll try to get with you at basketball season.
Yeah, get you back up there. I don't know that we have your guys coming back this year at all, but that would be the one that I would think would be the most fun. But no, we won't do that. But anyway, yeah. From here at Arkansas Tech's Thone Stadium, Burkle Field, you've been watching the East versus West in the Arkansas River Valley Youth Football League All-Star Game. And the final score, once again, East will take this one 16-0 over the West. So I think that being said, I'm Trey Johnson, joined up here, like I said, once again by Shane Martin. And
Trey, let me just say once again, to be able to work with you is such a privilege and an honor, and I will always jump at the opportunity to do a game with you because I know the effort will be put into it, and you do a tremendous job, one of the best, and I'll argue with anybody on that. And I just want to say it. I don't get to say – this will be the only time I get to say it, but I always used to sign off. We'll see you in the bleachers.
Before we do that, Cyclone Booth popped up here in the YouTube chat and said enjoyed this. So, Mickey, appreciate you being on with us to watch. So, yeah, everybody have a good rest of your weekend, and that will be it for us. So, everybody have a good one.